question that I often get is like, okay, so I've got my data-wide organization because it's easier to collect data that way often for our students, but we need to shift it into this tidy organization so it's easier to visualize and explore the data. Do I really have to copy and paste and sit here over and over and over again and go through all of those motions? And I'm here to say, no, not necessarily. And I want to share with you, showcase with you all, one of the super exciting things that not Google, Data Classroom. Sorry, I'm trying to open tabs and say this all at the same time. Data Classroom has this awesome feature called the melt feature. And so let me open this window and let me give you a little sneak preview of this, because this is great. Those of us that are using Data Classroom, we can totally jump in and use this to our advantage. Okay, so melt function. There is a whole great how-to user guide webpage all about this. Also a link out to a great discussion of tidy data. Just as a reference point, again, tidy data is how all of our graphing programs, CODAP, Tuva, Data Classroom, if we're working HHMI, Data Explorer, R, Python, all the coding languages are expecting our data to be in this tidy format. So here they have a sort of user guide that you can look through to think about the melt function. But I just want to give kind of like a quick rundown of like, well, what does this mean? So let's pretend, like, why would this be important? Let's pretend we have these data. Every student, they have different classes that they're taking, and they have different grades in the class. Might this look familiar in our grade books? Maybe this is what we're looking at like an administrator level, or for what looked like more for my classroom, it was like these were the different assignments and they had grades, either letter or numbers. The challenging thing is when we go to look at these data and we're trying to graph the data, it then becomes a little muddled when, okay, if we just want to look at how did our students do across math, that's one thing. But if we're also interested in science, then that gets a little complicated on what we're seeing. Whereas if we have our data organized, let me click back over here in this tidy format where there's a student and they were in a subject and they have a grade. So now we're in the tidy format. Now we can actually look at their grades across, like what was the distribution of grades across those. But the question is, how do we get from this organization to that organization? And that's where the melt function comes in. So quick introduction, check out the melt feature. I will add the link below and then let us know, how is it going for you?